everyone! Today I'll be doing a solo flawless run on the Exotic Quest Presage with Warlock. For my subclass, I'll be using Stormcaller, Middle Tree, Chaos Reach. For my kinetic, I'll be using Long Shadow with backup mag. Next, I'll be using the 7 Seraph VY-7 submachine gun. Next, I'll be using Xenophage. For my helmet, I'll be using double machine gun ammo finder, 5 recovery, and shield break charge. Next, I'll be using overload, submachine gun, and anti-barrier sniper, Wrath of Rasputin with 5 recovery. Next, I'll be using 5 recovery, machine gun reserves, solar damage resistance with higher entry fire. For my exotic, I'll be using Geomag stabilizers with 5 recovery, machine gun scavenger, traction with taken charge. Next, I'll be using double bomber, 10 discipline with fire team medic. Alright guys, so for this video, we're going to do a solo flawless on the Warlock. What we're gonna do is we're gonna jump on this platform with Warlock, and as I said in my last video, you must be careful with the jumps because there are times where I accidentally bounce off the platform and die, or I kind of mess up my jump, especially with quickly switching to a different character. I kind of lost off balance. So you can jump up here and then upper to this platform, and you must turn right side. And you can go up here and then turn on the left side to go to the top platforms. Now over here can be a little tricky, especially if you're not using the sword. So what I like to do is go on this edge and carefully jump on the last platform. Once I do, we're gonna go through the building or through the ship. Over here I like to always turn right and of course shoot down the vents. Always turn right when going through these mini little doors and little puzzles. So here I turned left and took down the vent, and I'm going to jump on the upper platform, make my way, and of course turn the left side, turn left again, and then turn right. So there will be a vent at the bottom of the floor. And basically what we're doing over here is we're going to pull the switch on to open the front door. Yeah, pretty funny. So now we're going to shoot these little spores, and it gives you an effect ability to go through the ghost walls temporarily around 15 seconds. You can go on top of these platforms, shoot the vent, and now we're going to deal with the puzzle. So there's going to be around 3 switches, and there's going to be these arc tubes or these arc charges you need to destroy to proceed to the next area. Of course, now we're just jumping on these little platforms, which they are pretty much straightforward of what you need to do over here. There will be a couple wave of ads, which they can be very harmless. You can easily take them down with your submachine gun or your Xenophage, or you can just make Warmind cells to quickly destroy them. So over here you can see there are sword icons, but to be honest, they aren't really much of a threat. They don't melt you and they do not one-shot you. I'm not sure why Bungie put these sword icons because they're not really much of a big threat. This is going to be the first switch. You can make your way here and proceed to the next area. Like I said, there's going to be around 2 arc charges up ahead. And of course, there will be a spore where you can do DPS and then have the ability effect to go through the ghost walls. Now over here, before they start to spawn, you can jump to this platform and shoot down the 2 ads, which they can be a little dangerous if you don't take them down quickly. Now we're going to deal with the 1 arc charge, which you can destroy it with the sniper, or if you're not using the sniper, you can just get close by and destroy it, and we can go to the area where the door is open. So there'll be another waves of ads spawning, and you can just make your way up here quickly, and you can make a Warmind cell and destroy it. So now we're going to do is we're going to switch on the switch, and we're going to, of course, so you can see there that I kind of forgot that I did pull the switch on, so silly me over there. As you can see, I recorded this once I finished my hunter run, so I was a little bit sleepy. So we're going to pull the last switch, and we're going to destroy the arc charge or the arc tube. The arc tube is at the bottom. Right here, you can use your submachine gun and your sniper. Now you're probably wondering why I'm not using my Xenophage. For some reason, Xenophage doesn't seem to destroy the arc charges, especially through this area. Now over here, there's going to be 2 walls that can crush you to death. If you guys remember Revenge of the Shinobi, basically like that at the boss fight. So there's going to be 3 arc charges where you need to destroy very quickly, and there will be a wave of mini ads which you can just jump over them and quickly take down the tubes. So always be cautious when dealing with them. You can see I was not being a little cautious as usual, just jumping over them. It's not really necessary to destroy them unless you want to spam your Xenophage, you can. For me, I decided not to. So once you take down the 3 arc charges, there will be red blinking lights where it will tell you which vent to destroy, and you can make your way over here. And now we'll be proceeding to the next section. Now over here, there's gonna be a wave of ads, and of course over here, definitely make sure you do not die, where it will make you go all the way back to the checkpoint where you need to take down the arc charges again. So over here, what I like to do is just spam my Xenophage and make Warmind cells and take them down quickly. The biggest threat throughout this entire mission is the snipers. Snipers are the ones that can 3-shot you or 2-shot you. So definitely make sure you take down the snipers or take cover behind these little walls. That way you won't get killed by them. Everything else is very harmless, so the sword icons are not a big threat at all. So you can see here I'm trying to snipe the Scorn sniper, and for some reason it was so foggy I couldn't do any critical headshots. Another thing you have to be cautious is the captains, where they do like to throw these abilities with the Void, Solar, and Arc. So always be careful to deal with them. Now, since we finished the wave of ads, now we're going to proceed to the mini boss. The final boss is pretty harmless. So over here, you can just take your time. There's no timer in this mission, so you don't need to rush. And you don't need to speed up at all for the solo flawless. So what I like to do over here is take down the snipers, take down the captain. And of course there was a Warmind cell, so I decided to destroy it. Now I'm gonna do a little different than my hunter. So over here I am going to do something similar like Harbinger solo on the 3rd week, where I'm going to do some DPS at the first boss and then just leave it when it's low on health. Then I'm gonna work on the 2nd boss and make sure it's on low health again Once I do that, I'm going to melt both of them at the same time. That way I don't have to deal with the waves of infinite adds, especially when you kill the first boss. There will be a couple of adds spawning pretty infinitely. Even right now they are spawning a bit infinite, but very slow. But when dealing with the last mini boss, then ad starts to spawn consistently, and you can just manipulate the ad spawns by just leaving one ad out while leaving the first mini boss out, and then just deal with the next major boss. So like I said, there will be infinite waves of ads, but very slow. It's nothing aggressive, not so much. But over here you can actually just spam your Xenophage, or you can just take your time taking down the first mini boss a bit low on health with just a sniper. So I have Charge of Light, so I'm trying my best to snipe the mini boss from the left side. So I was just ignoring these two ads since they're not really much of a big threat. And over here I ran out of sniper, so I was seeing if I could find any more, and I did. Then I went back to my area, my little mini safe area, of course reload my Xenophage, and resumed to do DPS at the left side mini boss. So the one that I did close DPS is just standing around, isn't really much of a big threat. So like I said, there will be infinite waves of ads, but very slow. So you can see there that I'm gonna try to take down these explosures. I'm gonna take down these ads where they do explode on you when close by. Once I do, I'm just gonna resume to snipe the left side mini boss. Now if I was using the sword, I would go for a while and then just take them down in one go. So you can see here that these ads are blocking my way sometimes. So now I'm just spamming my sniper. I want to save my Xenophage for other activities, for the other mini rooms, the puzzle. Once you do enough DPS for the health to go really low, I go up here, kill the first one, kill the second one, then I just clear down the ads with my Xenophage. So I took down the captains, and of course sniped the Warmind cells. Now these ads do like to push, so make sure you take them down. I decided to just use my Chaos Reach since I didn't want to mess about with those ads where they can slam fire at you and push you off distance a bit. So unfortunately I ran out of unfortunately I ran out of snipers, so I had to grab some and reload and take down the Warmind cell. Once I do, I just quickly clear down the remaining ads, and of course I'll be proceeding to the next area. Once I clear down everything, then I can proceed to the next area where we're going to go to the left side and jump on these platforms. Now we're going to deal with the second puzzle. Now there's going to be a lot of switches and some arc charges where you need to destroy. So I'll be telling you how to deal with this puzzle, because this one is probably the longest puzzle compared to the first one. Now over here what you can do is go on this little building, this little tunnel. We're going to make our way to the puzzle. So the first thing you need to do is look for the spores, and you're going to of course put the switch on, open the door, shoot down these spores, and of course you get an effect to go through the ghost walls. Once you do, there will be a mini wave of ads up ahead. You can just spam your Xenophage, use your submachine gun to make Warmind cells. So you can take your time here. There's really no rush, especially when there is no timer for this mission. What I like to do is pull the switch on. There's going to be an arc tube or arc charge up ahead. You can use your sniper so you can go on top of the wall where it's blocked by arc, and then pull down the lever up here, and of course another switch up ahead. Once you do, you can go through the ghost wall. There will be a door open to get the ghost effect, or the effect to shoot down the spores, where you can go through the ghost walls up again. So you make your way up here, and of course turn the left side. And then just go straight ahead. So this is going to be another wave of ads. You can use your super. You can also, of course, be cautious with these ads where they can explode on you. So I decided to use my super since I was on red. Then you can see there I was trying to pop a healing rift, but it wasn't working. I think I was too close to the invisible walls. Something made me not use the healing rift. So once you clear down all the ads, you're going to pull the switch on, and there's going to be a door open where you need to shoot down the turret. So you could just simply snipe him. There will be an arc charge on the right side where you can take it down. Once you do, there should be a door open where you can shoot down the spores that have the ability to go through the ghost walls. Once you do, you just make your way to the ghost wall. It's up ahead from the left side. So you can jump over here. And now we're going to deal with this mini area. So what I like to do here is carefully shoot down the vents. So what I like to do over here is shoot down 2 vents front way, and then another vent from the left side. There will be ads where they can explode on you, so always make sure to be cautious when dealing with this area. So you can see here I pull back because there's going to be 2 of them spawning. And I just like to snipe them because I do not want the vent up ahead to open, because I want to trap the ads so that way they won't kill me when going through the ghost walls. So I like to go here, turn left, and then pull on the switch. The door will open and you can resume the next area. Now there's going to be a door open from this side where there's going to be a ghost wall, as you can see there. So what you can do is shoot down DPS. The spore have the ability for 15 seconds to go through the ghost walls. Now this is going to be the last wave of ads where there will be 2 mini majors. Of course, these ads where they can explode on you like Gears of War pretty much, and always be cautious when dealing with them. So once you do, you can pull the switch on, and I'm looking for it. Once you take down the arc charge, you're going to make your way to take down the spores from the left side. So what you can do is use your sniper or your submachine gun and make your way to the ghost walls. Like I said, you'll have a 15 second So now we're gonna go deal with the last room to deal with the last puzzle. There will be these platforms where of course they will turn into little flat platforms. Now there will be a couple of snipers, so over here what I like to do is take down the sniper. And sniper up ahead at the bottom. Next what I like to do is take down the arc charges, the last one, and then just make my way back to shoot down the spore. And of course you can see a spore door is open from the left side. Now there is another last switch up ahead, but there is no need to put the switch on since it doesn't really do anything at all. So over here what I like to do is jump over here. We're going to make our way to go through the ghost walls. So you could just take your time here and of course make your way through this ghost wall and shoot down the spore up ahead. So now you can go up here and ignore the sniper. And now we're gonna go deal with the final boss. So the boss fight is gonna be a big joke. I'm not even joking, very serious. Especially with this loadout, the boss will be super easy. So over here what you can do is spam Xenophage. You can do a couple of DPS shots until it's immune and make your way to the cover, to take cover. You're going to shoot all the solar captains with Xenophage. Of course you need to pop your healing rift just in case if these captains like to throw fire at you, as you can see here, try to throw fire at me. You can spam your Xenophage to make Warmind cells. Once you clear down all the captains, you can make more Warmind cells with your submachine gun and take down a couple of adds. Once you do, there will be 3 switches. So the boss is at the bottom of the floor where there is fire, which you cannot go because you can get killed from the burning fire at the bottom. So over here what I like to do is pull down the switches. Well, to activate these switches, I mean. So of course there will be an ad risking his life and you can quickly activate the switch. Once you do, you can DPS the boss. Now I had a bug over here. So the boss did scare me to death because the boss lag spawned in front of me when dealing with this first phase. So I like to go to this platform. And I was waiting for the boss and it scared me, right? And then I used my super. So sometimes there is bugs in this boss fight. So I'm just letting you know that it scared me, and even watching this footage it freaked me out. So yeah, always be careful, and if the boss decides to lag spawn in front of you like it did to me, which I hope it doesn't happen to you, quickly use your super. Now if I was using Nova Bomb I probably would have been dead, you know, because a Nova Bomb can kill me. So I think Chaos Reach is really good. I think Chaos Reach is a very good loadout, well, a good subclass for this boss fight. Of course, well, a Radiant with the Lament is far better, you know, for a speedrun, but, you know. Now, if you notice, I'm having some weird audio with my weapons ever since the boss started to lag spawn in front of me, so I'm not really sure if this is a bug. So now clear down the ads so you can activate all the 3 switches. Once you take down the last switch, what you can do is take down the arc shields, or you can just wait for your super to do another DPS at the boss. So over here I decided to spam a little bit of Xenophage. Depending how much DPS you do at the boss, you can activate waves of ads. So now over here I decided to wait for my super, so I'm gonna do a time skip. Alright guys, so once I do have my super, there will be mini captains at the bottom of the floor, so always take them down. So I decided to use my super to take down the ads, and of course DPS the boss. Once I do a big amount of chunk of health, I quickly jump up and then deal with the waves of ads up ahead. I pop a healing rift and took down the captains. So during this wave, there will be a couple of ads pushing towards you, which I will be very cautious. So you can see here, you must be careful, and of course if you have Warmind cells, destroy it as soon as possible. So once you take down the captains, you can take down the remaining ads. And then of course, turn on the 3 switches. So now what you can do over here is you can spam your Xenophage at the boss, or you can just wait for your super. Over here what I like to do is just wait for my super, and of course activate the 3 switches. I always activate the last switch where there is fire in the room where it can easily burn you, which is why I put solar resistance on my chest plate. Once I do, I just wait for my super, so I'm going to do a time skip. Alright, so once I get my super, I'm going to just kill the boss. Of course, I'm going to pop a healing rift. So, there's going to be captains, which you can take them down with your Xenophage. What I like to do is, of course, reload my Xenophage, just in case if anything goes wrong, pop a healing rift, and then just use my super. Over here, I just use my super to kill the boss. There you go guys, we killed the boss. I'm going to just jump on the platforms and just ignore them. Thank you so much. So yeah, for this loadout, it's pretty easy to deal with the boss, especially with Chaos Reach. You can just wait for your super for each phase. You don't really have to kill the arc captains at all. So now we're going to go and see our guardian. Unfortunately, he died. A lot of veins has penetrate him, and sadly he is going to be our boss. I'm just joking, but seriously, it does look very disturbing. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.